Okay, let's unpack this. Today, based on the material you've shared with us, we're doing a deep dive into something really specific and practical. Mastering those multiple choice single answer tasks in the PTE listening exam. You know, those moments where you really need to pull out key info quickly under pressure.
Yeah.
Our mission basically give you a shortcut to the core strategies so you feel sharp and confident.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating here is just how targeted these strategies need to be. It's not just, listening passively, it's strategic listening, connecting those subtle dots and really sidestepping common mistakes. The sources we looked at really break down the how-to for these questions specifically. They offer pretty clear paths to understanding.
Okay, so for this task type, you hear a recording, right? Usually what, 30 to 60 seconds?
That's about right. Short and dense.
And then you pick one answer from maybe three, maybe five options. Seems simple.
But it's easy to get tripped up.
Yeah, and our sources really highlight this clear three-stage approach. It sounds crucial because, well, every choice counts, doesn't it? You might only get a couple of these questions. So let's start before the audio even plays. You've got about 5 seconds. That's it. Why is figuring out the prompt type so important in just those few moments?
Well, that's really where the strategy kicks in, isn't it? Those 5 seconds. Think of it as priming your brain, not just reading. You're basically setting up a mental filter for what's important. Is it asking about a cause or maybe an inference? Speaker's main point. Knowing that up front, it's like knowing what you're fishing for before you cast the line and quickly scanning the answer options.
Ah, okay. So that gives you a sort of mental map.
Exactly. A map, it guides you towards potential keywords,
Yeah.
but without getting you bogged down in the details too early.
Right, like setting your GPS. Okay. Then, while you're listening, the advice is note-taking, keywords. But what about that urge to just, jump on the first thing that sounds right? Or trying to scribble down everything? Isn't there a danger you miss the main point then?
Oh, absolutely. That's the balancing act. It's active filtering, not just soaking it all in. You're noting down keywords, phrases, things that seem relevant to the prompt you just read. But, and this is critical, you resist locking in an answer too soon. You have to listen right to the very end, because the speaker might add something, clarify, even contradict themselves slightly. It's a super common trap, latching onto that first bit of info that seems to fit.
Okay, good point. Listen all the way through. And then after the recording stops, that's when the real, analysis happens.
That's it. Now you bring it all together. Reread the prompt. Reread the options carefully. This is where you actively try to eliminate the wrong answers, the ones that maybe sound plausible but aren't quite right, or just weren't mentioned at all. Your notes, they become your guide here, your evidence. But even with good notes, there's still one major pitfall.
Which is, you've hinted at something vital there. Because the real understanding, the aha moment, it comes from the full context, right? Not just word matching. This idea from the sources is golden, I think. You just cannot pick an option because it has the same words you heard.
Exactly. And connecting that to the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Well, it shows how easily we can all be misled by just surface similarities. It happens all the time, not just in exams. True understanding. That comes from getting the underlying message.
Yeah.
The inference. Let's use an example from the sources. It makes it really clear. Okay, so a speaker tells a story. Their sister's office in Nigeria at a university got broken into. The thief, caught and charged. Okay, seems straightforward. But then the court clerks demand a bribe just to process the paperwork. The sister thinks it's a joke at first, then gets really furious when she realizes they're serious. Now the question asks, the speaker suggests that.
Right.
And one option is, the court system is corrupt. That's the answer.
Ah, I see. Even though the word corrupt wasn't actually said.
Precisely. It's not just that the sister was angry, although she was. That's mentioned. But it's not the main implication. The context clerks demanding a bribe directly implies systemic corruption. It shows you've got to infer from the whole story, the whole situation.
So what this boils down to for you, the listener, is it's not keyword bingo. It's about piecing that narrative together, understanding the full picture, the implication, finding that underlying truth, not just matching words on the surface.
Yeah, this deep dive really hammers home that mastering these tasks, it's less about raw speed, more about being precise in your listening, in your analysis, understanding those 3 stages before, during, after, and always prioritizing the full context over just matching words. Those are the key takeaways if you want to be truly well informed, not just guessing.
So for you, the learner, it means you're not just listening passively anymore. You're actually strategizing your way to understanding. It's quite a powerful shift, turning that raw audio feed into clear, actionable insight. So thinking beyond PTE for a second, what really stands out to you about how these strategies, this focus on implied meaning, might apply elsewhere, in other situations where you need to quickly get the deeper message.